Welcome back to another issue. I'm Beastie Boy.
And it is I, Shino Brando.
And for today, Shino and myself will be discussing the artifacts, strongest stands, and strongest teams from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
If Dio confronted the Pillar Men, who would win?
This is before any.
But before the world, anything.
Okay, so that's before cars and then before the stand powers.
Yeah,
okay.
Anything after stands, it's unfair. Imagine Dio coming back to life, and then he got skipped out from the progression of stands, but like Jotaro and Joseph got them. Imagine this guy just going, "I'm gonna kill you." Joestar never got close because Star Platinum punched his fucking head off.
Oh, of course.
Right? So, I mean, anything after stands is not a fair fight.
Yeah.
Stands are not a fair fight.
Okay, so it's Dio versus all three of them.
Let's take the one who did the most work.
So cars.
No, Wamu.
Oh, like in the sense of like the whole thing.
Yeah, Wamu did the most work out of all the Pillar Men, right? Aside from Cars taking it at the end because we needed the overall villain, and Cars is a sick fuck. He's badass, right? But like when it comes down to when it comes down to Warrior Code, Wamu carried the Warrior Code most for all of them, right? So let's take Wamu and let's put him against. We'll skip Santana and ECDC. We'll take Wamu.
Santana's a fucking different story. That's a. I don't want to even know.
Santana was the Yamcha of the Pillar Men. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
He was the sub card.
It was like, hey, we're gonna throw you in first, and we'll see.
Yeah, let's just test the waters, bro. Just go and get slapped up and see, and let me know how that goes down, right?
And then Sunlight, boom.
Yeah, but let's just take Wamu, and then if Wamu loses out, we'll take Cars because Cars went the full path.
See, but Dio before stands. That's where you talking about like fucking laser eyes too. We're talking about all abilities, which is the fucked up part.
But I mean, essentially, if Wamu and Cars are all one and the same, right? Even Laser Eyes beheading the mans won't do anything to them because they are the same abilities as Dio. So I mean, they'll just reattach themselves. They heal even faster. The Pillar Men have total control of their molecules. Period. Even if Laser Eyes came out, these guys would, totally bypass that, man. But yeah, so as it says here. The stone is said to be able to absorb light and refract it 1,000,000 times, in which it emits a laser-like beam, and in conjunction with the stone mask would enable Pillar Men to unlock their full potential, removing all weaknesses, including the ability to withstand sunlight. Basically, if Dio had his hands on that, Dio would have been fucking way out there.
So he would have been even way stronger even before, without even having stands. He would have been strong enough.
He'd have been way strong enough.
Jesus Christ.
And that puts in context too. What would happen if Dio did get all that far? Because I mean, at that
point,
society, that's right? Because I mean, Haman won't work anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's when people are.
And if he had those abilities and he got the world,
no, because that's when people are getting knocked the fuck out.
Right. I mean, like the stone, the arrow chose to give him the world.
It chose to fuck up the world itself. It
chose to give the world, and that's another thing as to why the world and Star Platinum are one and the same, right? It's literally the only person who didn't get to have the same thing. It probably stems from DNA, but like Jotaro is the closest to look to Jonathan, than Joseph ever was. They had the same face, haircut, attitude, and everything was totally different, right? Like Joseph was a completely whole new character compared to Jonathan. And same thing, Jotaro was completely different than the two of them, but when it comes down to character-wise, like Jonathan and Jotaro are probably the closest in comparison. Just because like Jonathan was the everyday nobleman, and Jotaro carries traits of being a noble guy, right? Tries to be stoic.
Yeah, do you think that's why he became the Star Platinum?
And that's the thing, right? Like they're so one and the same. Their look, their haircut. Their attitude, they just come from different eras of time, right? Where fucking Jonathan was in like 18th century, Jotaro's banging around the 1980s. You know what I mean? So it's a totally different era, but they're one and the same guy, man. And Dio's running around with Jonathan's body, right? Gained the world. Jotaro's the closest to Jonathan, gained Star Platinum,
which still got a time ability as of the bodies.
Yep, and look how it skips Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph got what? He got Hermit Purple.
Yeah, which was Haman-related abilities.
Right? And if you look at it, Holly would have been the same thing due to lineage. Right?
More to Joseph?
More... I'm thinking if Lisa ever got hit with Stand Arrow, she'd have had something that was similar to fucking Hermit Purple and what Holly got. I'm thinking anything Vine and Thorn related would have been from Lisa's lineage, as where Jotaro got more of the Joestar lineage, and he got the Star Platinum.
Yeah.
Right? That's like, look at it. Skipped Joseph, man. Jotaro got Star Platinum. Josuke got Crazy Diamond,
which was a healing one.
but the punch ghost is just as strong, right? Fucking Giorno gets gold experience.
Well, with the arrow we hit,
right?
But essentially because he has golden wind with what is it? Just like healing property of Crazy Diamond, which is the weird part. So he's a mix of Josuke, but still Dio's child.
Yep, he was Josuke and Jotaro in one guy,
which is the weird part. And then golden experience Requiem is where the whole null effect stand ability comes in.
Yes.
So like, let alone healing, let alone anything time, like fuck it.
So essentially, Dio became a god. His son did it. His son's got the ability to cancel out anything you throw towards me. It cancels the fuck out. It doesn't even matter, right? Gold experience Requiem is that's God,
next level.
Yeah, that's God. That's God tier. It cancels out. So but yeah, no. So you know what I think it is? It might skip a generation or so. It could, because I mean, well, by rights, Jolene didn't get anything. Jolene had to get pierced by the arrowhead to get the ability. She had nothing. She was born with nothing.
She only had what, like body like string abilities? Was that what?
She had nothing. Only when the arrow cut her finger.
No, I know, but I'm saying like for previous lineage, like if anything, like the only thing that was gained for her was like the string like ability.
Yeah, after getting cut by the arrowhead, that's what her stand ability turned into.
So you know what? I think that's when it jumped again. Because the wife doesn't have stand ability.
Nobody. Only it stopped at Jotaro. It completely stopped there.
Yeah, so it would have possibly in that lineage it would have been skipped again, and then Jolene only just gets Stone Ocean.
Imagine Jolene got nothing, and then she have a child, and the child got a stand instead. But she had no idea what the fuck's going on because she never got one. If Jotaro didn't mail that shit to her, right? But like. Again, how did Jotaro know it was gonna work? Man, you had faith that she.
Joestar bloodline.
Yeah, you had faith that she had Joestar blood enough.
I think you know what? I think Joestar bloodline, like whether or not if the chances of to get it, I think she would have gotten something.
As where Jotaro was born, had it natural. It just showed up one day when Dio started to act the asshole, right? Like he grew up the entire time without Star Platinum. It only started showing up when he was in the jail cell. It only started around that period of time because he had no idea what the fuck was going on, right?
Yeah.
So, Dio is the problem.
Hey, part 3 is where the shit comes in.
That's when shit hits the fucking fan, man. That's when it gets good. The rest of the series picks up from there, but like you still gotta go through Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency to understand what the fuck is going down.
And then there's the reboot part 7, and I'm sad still.
No boy. Yeah, rebooting new universes. Let's not get into that conversation just yet. Jesus. I have bones to pick with that. You asshole, you could have still given me Adventures of Jotaro and the Gang. You didn't have to go to Johnny Joestar.
A new Jolene line at least.
Right? There ain't nothing wrong with Johnny either. Steel Ball Run's a fun read, but
I just like Jotaro.
As it goes for new universe and all that stuff, I don't like them as much. To be honest with you. Yeah, really. To be honest with you, I'm not. Steel Ball Run was a good read. It was a fun read, and JoJo Leon is another good read too. But they don't carry the feel of what I came up with JoJo. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, even 6. Right? They have a feeling to them. 7 kind of pulls me away because it's Wild West, and I mean, like, yeah, Jonathan's story takes place in ye olde England, Victoria era.
So it's still America,
right? But it's just Steel Ball Run just didn't compel me with a grand narrative. It was a bull run. It was a race from coast to coast. Shit happened in between. We're looking for Jesus Christ corpse parts. We never really go back to the corpse parts and what the significance was. The payoff would have been a lot better if you had made Johnny, good old crippled Johnny, hunt down these fucking bone parts and then just totally absorb the bone parts and gain the ability to walk and such that way.
But didn't part 8 pass away? He had them in a tennis.
He went and grave robbed to go heal the wife. And at the end of the day, the Josuke Gappy that we're reading right now, at the end of the day, it's still a fucking Joestar by lineage rights, right? Through Johnny. Johnny married a Japanese girl, but it's still a Joestar. But I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling their narratives. JoJo Leon's a good read too. It's been a fun read, but it does bring me back to part 4, Memorial Town and running around town and keeping it enclosed in just that town is like when I read and watched part 4. The great thing about that was, we had just come off of Stardust Crusaders, and we had just traveled the world. To start part 4 and just keep it enclosed in a town was a bit refreshing, because now we don't have to jump a whole map and watch these guys travel. It's just literally what's going down here. Part 8 has that same feel.
Whodunit or what's going on.
It's a whodunit. Who has this? Chasing them? Who can you trust? Blah blah blah. It's a fun read for that very reason. But I just don't feel it the way I did Stardust Crusaders. Diamonds Unbreakable, Golden Wind, and even still people slam Stone Ocean. I enjoy Stone Ocean for the very fact that we didn't go far anywhere. We were in a prison. We broke out of prison and we just chilled out in Florida, and that was it. Yeah, that's it, right? Part 5. We traveled, but we stuck around Italy, and that was it. We went to some cool parts of Italy, but we stayed in Italy, and that's another reason why Stardust Crusaders works, is that it had a big adventure, and it's around that time frame where when shit was popular, like Indiana Jones was popular. So traveling the world and artifacts and shit like that was the cool thing to be into, right? And that's why JoJo works, man. Now it'd have been fun if Araki had made some callbacks in part 5 to part 2 with some familiar places that Joseph and Caesar were at, and just just drop in the background or make slight reference to. Switzerland
was the last one, by the way.
Which one?
Switzerland.
Switzerland was the last place.
Besides the whole graveyard.
Because they were on neutral ground because of it was during World War II, so they were at neutral territory. Yeah. Raises another question too. Who wins? The Crusaders, Passion, the fucking Gangstars, or the fucking Duan gang, man.
Who's Duan gang?
Fucking Josuke,
Keiichi,
Okuyasu.
Part 14?
Yeah.
Well, okay, but that means we have to, scrim down who's in part 14.
Well, so break it down. Because, the Stardust Crusaders were Jotaro, Avdol, Polnareff, Kakyoin.
Before he died.
So let's keep those 4.
Oh, and I guess Joseph technically.
Let's remove Iggy and Joseph.
We gonna do it like that?
We're gonna do Iggy and Joseph like that. Okay. We're gonna take the 4. Okay. Because
no, but Iggy's strong enough to be fighting.
Okay. So let's just look in the context. The 4 who did the most work.
Okay, fair.
And out of the 4 who did the most work, Polnareff did the most work. He did the most work. Polnareff's ass was in trouble all the fucking time.
That's because he got.
But he did a lot of work. So let's just take Jotaro, Polnareff, Kakyoin, Avdol.
Okay, that's the 4.
So then we'll take.
Part 4 of
we'll take Josuke, Koichi, Okuyasu, Rohan. We can't put Jotaro in there because Jotaro can't serve two teams.
I know. But I was wondering who would be the 4th. So I guess Rohan.
We put Rohan. And then we take Passion, and we take the surviving members of Passion.
Which is
Giorno, Trish, Mista, Fugo.
Yes, if he's around.
Fugo is around. He's still part of Passion.
Oh yeah, sorry. With this group specifically.
So let's say they made their peace. Fugo came back. Now everybody's dealing with Purple Haze.
See, I feel like Purple Haze would be such a wild card because of his area of effect.
You know what though? I would not say that Okuyasu counters that because of the hand, which literally erases fucking whatever it is from existence. That's why Okuyasu doesn't like using it. He's like, I don't know what happens to them.
For battle wise, it'd be Okuyasu, Fugo.
But you know who counters the 2 of them though? Kakyoin, because he can wrap a tendril around you and infect it from internal. Or from external. The splash.
Emerald splash, yeah.
Can pierce you, and he doesn't even have to be near you to do it.
And then what? Just the entanglement?
Yeah, he keeps far away. Because Okuyasu has to touch something. He has to swipe it.
No, but here's the thing. Okuyasu would be the low-key trump card out of between him and Kakyoin because he can literally swipe air.
Yeah, he has to measure out the area though. Because if I'm doing Emerald Splash, that's a wide range that I'm covering.
Not necessarily, because even with his weight, he doesn't know how to do the proper placing. But because in the fight with Chili Pepper,
yes,
right,
yeah,
he was literally gaining up on speed, but he was only doing it by understanding that he just needs to get into close range. The only thing that I feel like would counter it would be mostly the hand ability and then wiping possible the tendrils of Kakyoin's entrapment. If by chance he is doing that movement. Right?
And we're doing this with Golden Experience. No Requiem. That shit don't count.
No.
And honestly with you, the most dangerous out of all of them, to be honest with you, would be Avdol.
With Magician's Red?
Because fire destroys everything. And he can harm both the stand and the stand user with fire. Remember what Avdol said? He's just like, I don't just control it. I can make the thing. I make fire, bro. Yo, he's a walking sun.
But then I feel like the only thing that could counter it would actually technically be journals.
Yes, it would.
Because literally he could take fire and make it do something else.
Yep, that's if you can react fast enough to fire. If you can.
Oh, you wouldn't even need to technically. You just take care of it with the stand.
True enough.
That's still like in the sense of obviously like he still would have to react, but in the sense like the stand ability itself would just literally recreate to something else, and
that's it, right?
That's the only thing.
So we're doing this by process elimination. So now we know like in the long run, Mista's done.
With Sex Pistols?
Sex Pistols only goes so far. Man's like Polnareff would chop those bullets out of the sky.
Because the bolts are still regular. It's just the stands.
And remember,
changing it.
He already dealt with whole horse.
Yeah.
So he knows about trajectory change.
It's unpredictable though.
But Sex Pistols doesn't work the same way though. Sex Pistols only works trajectory by trajectory. As where a whole horse could just move it whenever you wanted to, right? So by reaction wise, Polnareff would slap the shit out of Mista, man, no problem.
Yeah, so he has an advantage in the sense.
Oh yeah. So out of all of them, I think Mista's the first one out.
So Mista will be gone from.
Mista's first one out. Strength wise, Trisha's out too.
Yeah.
Right? Punch Ghost wise, I mean, she can turn things and make them rubbery, and you can, the damage reflects back to you, right? But she didn't. She has to have things to use in front of her for that effect to happen. So I think she's punched out as well.
So it's only Fugo and then
at a Passion, yeah, Fugo and Giorno are the most dangerous ones. The other guys, like, even if we had like Laurancia, Aerosmith would have never been enough. No, Aerosmith wouldn't be able to do much, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, we can burn that out of the sky. We can kill Aerosmith real easy, right?
Oh yeah, I just realized there's a lot of counters to it, anyways. So.
And Moody Blues is another one too. Moody Blues won't do much.
No, we don't even talk about Moody Blues.
We already know. Like, there's not much.
Useless in this.
Just you can watch your friends get their ass kicked again.
Jesus. But it's like, what happened? We replay it and it's like, no, you're dead already.
That's it. So I feel like are we missing someone in that whole group?
No, Passione?
Yeah, are we missing someone? Are we forgetting someone?
No, because Sex Pistols, Spice Girls, Golden Wind, and then Purple Haze. That's four.
Yeah. So out of Passion, only Giorno and Fugo are the surviving guys. Yes. So we've eliminated that. So let's go by proclamation. Who's still left in Duang now? Jotaro. No, we're not counting Jotaro. Sorry, Josuke and it's so hard because that team is pretty fucking strong, man. Koichi. Rohan. Yeah, Rohan's the first one out.
Rohan has to be first one out because he needs to be in contact.
Yes.
Well, actually, yes and no. Because Rohan's ability has to be either distance of visuals, or visual of contact, which can work either way. But if someone already understands how to get rid of it, well, not get rid of it, like kind of like counter it, they're okay. So, so that makes him an iffy, not a trump card, but an iffy.
It's very iffy. He comes down to who he can corner first.
Now, depending on this, so if the team, maybe Fugo. If we're gonna say out of anybody, who's less standing, because Fugo would have to be more reactionary or visual. Out of Stardust though.
Like, it's so difficult, man, because the weakest one of the four was Hierophant Green. Yeah. To a degree, he was the weakest one of the four, and he was still pretty strong. Right. So for me, it's Giorno, Fugo, Josuke, and Okuyasu, and even Koichi versus the Crusaders, because like. The Crusaders are too damn strong. They're too damn. That's the problem. They're too damn strong. Even with their limitations, like Silver Chariot's a speedy asshole. Like, it's unfair.
With Silver Chariots though, like he just has a piercing ability of a sword and speed of it when the
armor, and he's already fast with the armor on. When the armor comes off, he's even faster.
Yes, which is true.
So it's scary, right? Like.
So then, by that, with those groups, it would have to be Rohan or Okuyasu? Yeah. Because Rohan would possibly get it's Polnareff. Let's just put that out there. Okay, yeah. We can't forget the mental abilities of these characters. So if that's the case, so Polnareff gets attacked by Rohan. visual attack.
Yeah.
He's looking at the comic.
Yeah.
And Rohan's just like, boom. And what you can't do, you cannot attack or pierce anybody of the Duan game.
Yeah. Polar Ref is the first one to fall to that because he was literally the guy to always fall into that kind of
Exactly.
stuff.
Or even if anything, he could put him to like in a comatose state. So like Rohan just writes in that you'll be sleeping for the rest of this battle.
That's it. That's all.
Exactly. So he's done. So Polar Ref would be taken out from that.
Right. Kakyoin being the smarter one would probably take Rohan out.
Yes.
He was a smart cookie, that one, out of the game.
Out of the group, yeah.
He was smart.
Besides Abdul.
Abdul's more observant.
Which, that's what I'm putting in. Because the factor, Kakyoin would be a smarter one. Obviously, let's just leave Jordan out of this whole situation. Yeah. But out of the other two, observant and then just like smart of like how to react.
Sure. Yeah, reactions.
So, like, otherwise, intuition, both of them would be okay.
Yeah.
So, Rohan would be taken out.
Yeah.
Okuyasu. Koichi is still in this too.
Koichi's still in this. I want to say Okuyasu is the next one out just because he doesn't really like using the hand very much. He's very scared of it. He's very scared of it. It would come down to attitude. If we have part 4 Okuyasu, he's gonna at some point in that fight he gets pulled out.
If we're going by like maybe
if we take Okuyasu and he's come to terms with the hand and he fully accepts it and he dives into the power now.
But that's not what we've seen or heard of.
Yeah.
So we have to put it as a factor of like what he is now.
We have to put it as what we've witnessed, right?
Exactly. So then with him with the hand as of state.
Yeah, he's dangerous. He would never back out.
No.
For his homies, he would never back out. Right?
Especially with Josuke being there too.
Yeah, he would never back out. But like again, with the hand, it's so tricky because with the hand, he eliminates. Period. Right?
Literally, space itself.
So, new fight. Vanilla Ice versus Okuyasu. Like, who wins that? Okuyasu wins that. Only because
we don't know where Okuyasu's ability goes.
Only because Vanilla Ice has to make actual physical contact with you.
True.
To remove you out of existence. And he has to be physically
be appearing.
Yeah, he has to be physically able to.
And he has his own temporal world of Ice Baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
As where Okuyasu, I can literally just swipe this and this no longer exists.
Right? Like, you're appeared. You stand half gone.
Well, yeah. So like, I think Okuyasu would kill Vanilla Ice.
Oh, of course.
No problem.
But standing with the 4 of the 3 different groups,
yeah,
we have to stick with that. But that would be interesting.
That'd be an interesting fight. With this though, I don't know. I'm still thinking Okuyasu's still there, just because the hand is super dangerous.
The only reason why I'm still counting Koichi is because the different acts.
Yeah,
and that's the thing because with part 1 and 2,
echoes 1 through 3.
Well, 1 and 2 has the ranges.
Yeah,
3 has one of the abilities with freeze.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, so he could easily put someone in place.
Oh yeah.
So that's in a sense, if we're so Act 3, Abdul, I would maybe leave, but Kakyoin would be the one affected.
Yeah.
Because like Abdul, because he still has his magic ability, magical fire ability.
Oh yeah.
In a sense for anything, so that still has range of how he controls it, since he has the most control out of everybody. Yeah. But yeah, Kakyoin for that fight would be out.
Yeah, he would be out.
Because if he's in the range of it for anything that Koichi does,
yeah,
he's done for that battle.
Now, when it comes down to the Joestars, when it comes to the Joestars, now Giorno gets taken out first.
Why?
Without Requiem?
No, I know, but why?
Yeah, without Requiem, he just gets taken out first, man. Strength wise, he doesn't hit as hard as Crazy Diamond,
but he hits as hard as the world, which is close to Star Platinum. Giorno's Golden Experience was more of the heal based.
No, of course,
right? But like, we're also going by strength itself.
Strength wise, he wasn't as strong. And if you're gonna compare it to Josuke and Jotaro, he's the bottom of the totem pole.
Okay, now I gotta see this because Golden Wind.
Yeah, Golden Experience. Yeah.
Golden Experience stats.
Yeah, for Golden Experience, power is C, speed is A, range is E.
Oh, so it's the speed. That's what I'm thinking of because the speed matches up for the lack of power.
Yeah, for lack of power, exactly. Precision is C and learning is A. So like,
he's a lower down version of Jotaro then.
Yeah, very much. Mm-hmm. It basically when you get slapped up, you have a lingering effect.
Because we're going to like Bruno.
Lingering effects.
Jeez. Because when they displayed it, it was so hyper intense of like a hit that it was like out of body almost experience.
Yep.
Almost like so like a near death almost point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right, and that's the ability of golden experience. As where, and Crazy Diamond, not my favorite looking stand, but like Josuke is one of my favorite Joestars, man.
Mm-hmm.
Power is A, speed is A, range is D, because he's very close range, just like Star Platinum.
But his is better than Journals then.
Yes,
because Journals was E for range.
Yeah.
So he has a bit more reach.
So golden experience can't travel too far,
Mm.
right? The closer you get to Journal, the better for him.
But still, it comes down to the power and speed and precision then. Because range is all three of them are right there then, let alone Jotaro.
Yeah.
But it has to come down to precision, speed, and strength.
Which I think in the long run, hold on, let me look at Crazy Diamond speed as well. In the long run, man, speed is A also. So I mean, like, Jesus Christ, in the long run, it's gonna come down to if you're basing it on just the Joestars, it's gonna come down to Jotaro versus Josuke. Jotaro versus Josuke.
For what speed?
Yeah. No, for strength. Period.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
because they all three of them rank A for speed.
Oh, okay.
They all rank A.
Yeah.
Right.
What was precision?
Precision for who? For which
Crazy
one?
Diamond.
For Crazy Diamond, precision was B.
So beats Golden Wind by C. Because his is average. So his power was average, precision was average, but the learning was very good. That's the only thing.
Experience only gets better when he has the fucking arrow. When it becomes Requiem, that's when that stands.
Because it has the leveling ability for that.
But everything else, when it comes down to it, it's gonna be Star Platinum versus Crazy Diamond. Period.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
So it's that close of a battle?
Yeah, and it comes down to whoever hits who first at that point. Because Star Platinum and Crazy Diamond we're running the same range of strength.
No, that's unfair, because then, so per se, like, all the teams are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
With their, I guess, heightened abilities?
Mm-hmm.
Not, like, obviously leveled up, but, like, with Golden Requiem, but I'm saying to the point of, like, where they understand their abilities a bit more.
Yeah.
So, with that saying, like, Part 3, Jotaro, he's using the world.
Yes, he's using Star Platinum, the world. So,
then that beats...
By pausing time?
Easily. Because you gotta think, like, okay, close. If they were, like, let alone...
But for strength, yeah, they're very close.
Actually, but by reaction time.
That too.
Because Josuke was technically really close.
Josuke's really fucking fast. Josuke's really fucking fast. Remember, Jotaro said, he's just like, is Crazy Diamond as powerful as Star Platinum?
Yeah.
From that very instance, because in that very instance when he made fun of the hero, not only did he catch the whiff of the hit, but Jotaro didn't even notice when the punch came out.
And he didn't even use the world activation.
Exactly. And remember, Star Platinum's main thing was to react to anything that comes towards him. He can react to it split second. Mm-hmm. That's why bullets can't hurt him. Star Platinum will just catch the fucking bullet for him. Yeah. Right?
So it's pretty fucking close. Jesus, that's actually fucking weird. Yo.
Right? Like, who if Jotaro, Mr. I can catch a bullet in midstream, can't see when Josuke pulls out Crazy Diamond for a fucking quick punch.
Yeah. Let alone any punch, like a quick like jab or like uppercut.
There's something to be said about Josuke and Crazy Diamond, man. Crazy Diamond's that's a scary stand too, because not only are you a punch god, you can heal things too.
Or restore things to
just to what it was. You just can't do it to yourself. So I mean, this is a stand ability that's why Josuke's one of my because Crazy Diamond is one of the baddest stands, period, man. And that's why Josuke he ranks as one of almost my top favorite, because Josuke has a stand that is almost Star Platinum, but Josuke is a good boy. He's a good boy.
You're not wrong,
right? And so a weapon like that in the hands of someone who's a good boy, altruistic, stoic, that's a strong stand, man. Yeah. Right?
The other thing I'm trying to think of is no, that's going too far, because I was gonna say potential learning ability. It's for potential is for Crazy Diamond C, which is average. Yeah. But if that was heightened into the into
a B or A,
into so in the sense of so to start platinum level. Like he gains like another like slight ability.
And C is not terrible. That just means you notice things a bit after. You know what I mean? But like,
but learning ability too. But learning ability or potential of leveling up. Yeah. So like same with Koichi's. His was like I think A for each one up until Act 3, which was like C or D afterwards. Yeah.
It no longer needs to.
So Crazy Diamond, if he got a bit more experience, or depending on what his abilities would have been. Yeah. Like if we go to the actual Part 4 episode of what we saw, right? If it could have gotten to that point, time travel or time use of abilities.
Yo, dude. Another thing is, what happens to Josuke if Josuke ever got hit by the fucking arrow again? What would Crazy Diamond become in Requiem form? What would happen?
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna take this from Caleb IA's like point of view, but basically, in a sense, with still healing factor, like not onto himself, but still the healing factor. So it'd be crazy Requiem. Let's say.
Yeah, Crazy Diamond Requiem. Yeah.
So, like in the sense of still being able to heal or restore things, but if he's able to maybe trying to like I guess. Restore something with time. Ooh. So it's a rewind ability. Ooh.
So Moody Blues.
In a sense, but with reality itself.
Not just playing back the image, but recreating
itself.
Oh wow. So if I took this cup of water and I dropped it on the floor, and my man can revert that whole motion.
So it's that's what it was. It would have been a reverse version or a parallel version of Diablo's ability with where it can affect or cut something out physically of reality itself in time forward. It would reverse or recut or repaste something back in time. Okay. So that's where I believe could go. Okay. So but it could make sense too, especially with the early on episodes with Josuke when he was a kid. Yes. Like, no, if it was him or someone else. Yeah. But like, if it was the theory of him approved to be leading to him. Shit, something could have happened to him previously,
and then he made a time loop for himself, right?
Exactly. So recreating that point, and just rewinding something there. But
I mean, that time paradox could have been because of fucking Kira as well, that asshole. It just makes me wonder, like, fuck, if any of these guys got hit with the arrow, what would any of their stands become? Like Kira, like Killer Queen was already a menace. I can't imagine this thing going any further. Right, King Crimson was almost close.
Fucking close.
Fuck, that'd have been godhood, man. Yeah. Right, he was close. But Diablo was very lucky that he didn't have to deal with motherfucking Star Platinum though. Just straight up.
His shit would have gone wrecked.
Because I mean, as much as you wanna cut a piece of time out, if my man says Star Platinum the world,
the world,
and then I come with you with a nice little extended finger, right? Push out your fucking eyeball.
As time is moving, he literally just has to take 2 steps forward and
like Star Platy.
Or even other than that too, like what he was doing with Josuke for the when they had to get the that one rat stand, like the humanoid stand. Yeah. If he literally just has some sort of any object, literally just from a distance, boom, right to the throat, eye, anywhere, brain.
Yeah. Anywhere vital, it's over. Yeah. See, that's why Star Platinum still stands as one of the most scariest and probably the most dangerous and still the best stand. And it's a very basic stand. It doesn't have anything overt. It just punches really fucking hard. Just really fucking hard. But it's the speed and precision that it has that makes Jotaro so fucking dangerous. Get close to the boy. I fucking dare you. Right? Like, even Death Battle made a comparison battle. They took Jotaro with Star Platinum versus Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star.
Which, right? At the same time, still, there's points where I'm like,
why? Yeah.
Like, the stats here and certain things of, like, what they took out, I was like, really?
Exactly. But, man, like, he hits fucking hard.
Yeah, of course.
He hits fucking hard. Like, it's scary, dude. Like, when you're driving in a fucking Jeep and some asshole in a car blindsides you and you get face to face with a fucking giant truck, and man goes Star Platinum and just punches the fucking edge of the truck, and your whole Jeep flips over and lands, and the truck is now dismantled on the side of the street. Like, how hard are you hitting? What about the truck? Never mind that. Just ignore it. Yeah, we're gonna have to, Jotaro. There's no explanation for this shit. Like, what did you just do? Is the driver alive even anymore? Like, no.
Man's not breathing.
Man punched the fuck out of it and saved their lives, and he dismantled the 18-wheeler semi-truck. Like, that's bizarre, right? When you're surviving,
Bizarre Adventure.
That's right. That's right. And when you're surviving getting burned alive, or you're surviving getting hit with a fucking cement roller, right? I gotta question things, man. Where my man's just like, oh, I finally crushed him. Open the manhole. Boo. It's like,
It's like,
what?
You're not. Why you breathe like?
But like on some final notes here too, that was one of the most satisfying beatings to a villain
against Dio.
Yeah, in the entire series. The most deserving of their death though was Kira. I just wanted him to die harder.
Oh, but, for part 4.
Yeah. But his ending was poetic as fuck, and he deserved that torture at the end. But I really wish I wanted Jodo or Josuke to punch the.
Oh, everyone did.
Fuck out of him.
It just felt like he got. Because for me, I'm just like, bro, like that's how you go out, bro.
That's how you go out.
It was like a cheapened out death, which obviously his soul was like more or less the tortured point.
That's right.
But the body is where I was like, I
wanted the dude to suffer, bro.
Oh,
you know what I wanted? I'm gonna be terrible for saying this, but I wanted Star Platinum and Crazy Diamond to fucking Eiffel Tower this motherfucker. I just beat the living shit out of this man.
Just from both ends.
Just clobber him, man, and just call it a day. But his ending was well deserved. Fuck Kira. He was a great villain though.
But he's a bitch.
Yeah, but fuck him. And the most deserving, Dio and then Diavolo. For me, Diavolo wasn't really a villain that really popped off for me.
He's still like fucking spooky as fuck though.
It's only because the reason why is because Diavolo gets introduced to me too late in the series.
Of the series,
for me to feel like he's the villain. Like Dio's presence was there from the get go.
Yeah, from like start to finish.
Right, and then Kira's presence comes in between the middle. Yeah, but his presence is resound, like it has a resonance, man.
Like you know a little bit about it as like early-ish.
Yeah, and it goes on, and you see, and the way it develops, you tend to get a respect for Kira's character as a villain. Yeah, as with Diavolo, just it came too late for me. The whole chasing him and him not putting any input in, as we're like. The Crusaders were chasing Dio, but then you'd always get a little bit of Dio here and there, in every couple episodes where he was talking about them or he's setting shit up. Yeah, and I mean you already had Dio from Phantom Bus, so you had the idea of like what kind of asshole he is.
Yeah, you already understood what he was.
As where Kira gets introduced a bit later on, but we showcase Kira in almost every episode. We build on it, and then we get a villain out of that, right?
And then Diavolo is more just like we see. Okay, so I see what you're saying. Like near the end, it is like showcase who he is or what he was before, but the way he's brought about is just like
because I mean, look at it. In the beginning, you get no appearance of him, right? You barely know anything about him. Then we start learning little things about him. Then we throw in Doppio. Yeah. And then we get Diavolo at the very end
as Doppio,
right? So it doesn't really build up for me as we jump into part 6 now, and Pushi's presence is known,
is there,
right? And then when you start seeing the backstory of him and Dio, you get the idea. Oh, this guy's a dangerous fuck. Yeah. Right. So you get a respect for me. Diavolo was the weakest one out of all the villains. Just that King Crimson was the most badass out of all of them. Moreover than fucking Whitesnake. King Crimson's a dangerous stand. For me, he outranks, and I hate to say it, but people would disagree, but for me, King Crimson outranks the world. He outranks Killer Queen and Whitesnake. Every regards.
I mean, Whitesnake didn't really do much.
No,
unless
not
by
much.
context.
Yeah.
But
for the love of God, fucking King Crimson talked. Most stands don't.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Right? When stands start talking, that means they have their own conscious ability, which is even more scary. So guys like Koichi, Requiem,
Jesus,
King Crimson, right? Like when they start talking,
Who are you?
That's a whole different being that you're controlling, but it controls itself too.
Yeah.
Right. That's King Crimson was a woo, woo. Right. Like that was a dangerous one, man. So I don't know. Like for me, King Crimson ranks the top, and then the world, then Killer Queen,
and then
White Snake.
Yeah.
White Snake didn't really do much for me either. Although White Snake's abilities are fucking nuts as well.
Obviously, when in contact, but
but
that's only if literally only if he can't stay in contact with anybody else.
And that's the only way it works, right? Until it becomes Sea Moon, and then things are different. But
that's combination.
But that's evolution, right? Like that doesn't really. If you're talking just about the standalone stand itself, White Snake is not the most dangerous of the four.
Sea Moon is still fightable, but still in the case of certain abilities, they can still work around it.
Yeah.
And then it only got dangerous when it was made to heaven.
That's
the only. I once it got to that point of evolution.
That was it. Man, I don't know. Just for me, the villains in the stands. For villains, it's always gonna be Dio. Then Kira. Because Kira's really well written. Because Araki really dove into the serial killer mentality and really wrote that for Kira. And Kira really had some big serial killer fucking tendencies. Dining with fucking body parts, keeping them and shit like that. That's what real serial killers fucking do.
Man was turned on by body parts.
Turned on by this, man.
Jesus.
So Kira's another great villain. Like when you're wantonly killing for fun, you are a top ranking villain for me. Like Dio, again, and no one's gonna beat this, but Dio turned this broad into a vampire and made her eat her own baby, bro. And not because it did anything for him, but it's because it was entertainment. That's an asshole, man.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have Kira, who literally, I don't care if you're 14 or 4, I'm killing you and I'm keeping your hand. That's another crazy.
That's fucked.
Right? See? So these guys are some ranking villains. The other two now, Diavolo, I need a new body. Right? Or Poochie, I'm just doing Dio's work. Right? Doesn't really hit off like the other two. But they made for interesting villains.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. Now
Poochie would have been the connection subordinate of what Dio was going for later on.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, very much so. Very much so.
So he wasn't that much of I would say not obviously before evolution, but he's not that much of a threat until certain points. But by himself, honestly, if he grew up by himself with White Snake, different story.
Now I want to do this because the last villain to have any type of property like that was Funny Valentine. All right.
That's just going to the universe though.
Now, Dio in the world, Kira and Killer Queen, Diavolo, King Crimson, Poochie, White Snake, Valentine,
and D4C.
D4C, Dirty Done Dirt Cheap. Fuck, who wins this? You know who wins this?
D4C.
Fucking Dio. Fucking Dio.
Okay, wait, but how? How?
Fucking Dio wins this. Because when I say the world and I pause it for 5 seconds, I'm gutting everyone's heart at their chest in that 5 seconds. I don't give a fuck anymore, man.
Yeah, but okay, no, but here's the thing. We still gotta remember, fucking D4C.
Going through different universes? Yo, I'll follow you.
The man literally.
That's okay. I'll follow you. I'll follow you, and I'm gonna say the world and still pull both your hearts out your chest and call it a day. Just keep
Rinse
going.
and fucking repeat. Bro, Jesus Christ.
When you're pausing time, forget Diavolo, because Diavolo's just removing segments of time.
Yeah, he's pausing time around him, but he's removing segments. But that's
Yeah, when you're pausing full on time, I'm pulling your head off your neck, man. Straight up.
Finish it.
Straight up. If you gave me, if you're putting Dio, Diavolo, Kira, Poochie, and fucking Valentine in one room, yo, Dio's coming out there, not even soaking a sweat, bro. The world, and that is all she wrote. My man will eat them first before even letting them become unpaused. He'll drain their blood, man. Forget it. Dio wins that shit.
The blood like Dracula.
Dio wins that shit. Yeah, because like even with Killer Queen, it was just a time paradox. It'd make you repeat shit.
But time paradox at the same time too. You have to be touched. I think wasn't it? Because with the kid, he was already previously like had been set.
Yeah, enclosed. Yeah, that's right.
So by trigger of like whatever he like the kid was it what's the ability? Sorry.
Oh, the
Bite the dust?
Yeah, Bite the dust. Yes.
So like he could set the Bite the dust trigger on the kid.
Yeah.
And then boom, like he could just do again Bite the dust and rewind time.
Right.
But like
if I'm saying the world, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4.
No,
5.
You know let's take it and let's take fucking part 3 deal. But he's already evolved with like up to 9 seconds.
Oh god!
If we're going that far, I'm like each of
we're going for end battle deal.
I thought that's the deal we're going. Yo, if we're going that far for all these end battles, that's fucking that fucking claps.
Forget it, man. What he's really doing? He's doing a minute and a half of pausing time.
D4C, cheese clapped.
Oh,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yo, they're all like, man, they're all like.
Yo, he's gonna have dinner with each of their legs.
Dio's got these guys paused looking at them like a fucking orgy. Like, like this is done for him, man.
Just like
exactly. it's the fucking gift, bro.
The head shaking, all just like shows like.
Oh
he's
my
like,
god!
Oh balls, no shaft.
Exactly.
Look at this.
Man.
Yo,
forget it, man. Listen. My man seeing these 4 guys in there, and he's just like the world, and Dio's immediately fapping. just
fuck.
Just immediately faps.
Yo, what's the worst? Fucking number 2 gives fucking man like looks at him, smirks, and he's like has a knife, and then
exactly.
That's fucking 3 gifts all in one.
Bro,
Jesus.
The moment Dio finds out any of their abilities, Dio's already fapping in the corner. Already.
Fucking. Jesus.
No, Dio wins that, man. Dio wins that regardless.
So like I said, D4C's cheeks are
done. White Snake done. Killer Queen done. King Crimson done. I don't care.
White Snake, who's that?
Right? Because King Crimson's gonna have to pull his ability, and even if he pulls the ability, you think Dio's not gonna notice that shit's fucking skip time, bro? Man, you're like. You just stand there and wait, and the moment you reach around, because like I have a feeling like, and I have a feeling that because of the abilities, this is why they didn't use Jotaro to meet up to counter Diavolo, because even in paused time, both Dio and Jotaro were able to react in that paused time.
Against Diavolo.
If Diavolo pulled that little, because it's a bubble of its own. Universe of time, right?
Yeah.
I think even if they were in that range of time, I don't think if Jotaro or Dio would have been bothered by it. I think they would be able to react to it and just counter it because their stands are time manipulators, man.
Yeah. Right.
Like I don't think they'd be affected by it whatsoever. That's why we didn't use Jotaro during part 5.
Because it would have been a quick counter.
It would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy.
It says the world, and then just.
Because even if King Crimson did it before they can call the world, in that moment of where they're not noticing, I think they would notice that bubble of time being used by Diavolo. I think they'd snap in and be like.
So where since like he uses the King Crimson like premonition, obviously he's like trying to understand what Jojo's gonna do.
Yeah.
He sees it. He precognites like already when it's happening. Uses the King Crimson like world or time reality area, right?
Yeah.
Cuts time, but then at the same time, Jojo's already walking in it.
It's Star Platinum Sword just countered it because it just runs through time as well. So the ability has it negates it. It has no effect. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. That's how I think it would go down because, like,
even if Jojo was frozen, Star Platinum is right there.
And that's another thing too. Like Star Platinum reacts without Jojo needing to activate it.
Yeah,
it just does it, right? So I don't think King Crimson would have worked on either Dio or Jotaro. It wouldn't work. I think they'd get King Crimson would get canceled the fuck out. Hardcore in that.
Oh, of course.
Hardcore.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like this issue, go ahead and button mash the thumbs up. If you want to swing by when we have a new video, web up the subscribe button on YouTube or anywhere you can to listen to our podcast. And to be updated to know when a new issue is out, hit the bell to be notified by